Are we live?
We're live.
All right, it's Mama's Day, May 11th, 2025. And all you mamas out there, I hope you're having a wonderful Mama's Day. Anyway, we haven't done a garden video in a bit, and things have changed a lot since March. We have over here blackberries. Some of these are recovering from when I poisoned them a little bit last year, but they're recovering. We got a lot of them down here, which we'll walk down and see.
Yeah.
But as we're going along, now on this side, we have tomatoes. They just went in a couple days ago. This is my most labor-intensive crop. Underneath there is, there's poop underneath there. You can see the bags, they're feed sacks, really. And underneath the feed sacks, there's poop, there's fertilizer, there's lime, and there's drip irrigation. You might not want to touch that fence, Marcine. It's hot.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm glad you said something because it didn't shock me.
Well, it will.
Okay,
if
no.
you persist, yeah. Go ahead, I'll film for a while. That would be good.
I don't want to get shocked.
But anyway, what I got under here, it's kind of neat. I got drip irrigation where I hook the water hose up to it, and it'll water this whole thing. And water is real important for tomatoes. They do not like ups and downs, peaks and valleys in the water. That is when they have fruit on them. With that, if you go through a dry spell and then they get water, they crack. So I can moderate this pretty good here. This is a lot of work with this, but it's worth it. And the tomatoes, they're somewhat unhappy right now because it's been going down last couple nights, upper 40s, you know, and whatnot. But the days are nice, as you can see, because I'm dressed like a savage. But the cool nights, they'll survive it, but they don't like it. So when we start getting nights where the temperatures are up in the 60s, they'll come along a little bit better. But anyway, they're kind of on their own for a little bit till they get growing, and then I'll prune them and string them and prune them and string them and prune them and string them and prune them and string them. And we'll go over that as the need for it comes about. Anyway, we got asparagus over here and taters and an electric fence.
Glad you reminded me of that. It doesn't look, it just looks like a piece of twine. It doesn't even look like it would be hot.
Now, I guarantee you the grandkids know,
Yeah, the grandkids
all
know
about it.
They know all about that fence being hot because they all had to touch it.
Now, I've harvested today. This asparagus patch is over 30 years old. The main thing about asparagus is if you can keep the weeds out of them, that's the hard part. This one I gotta do it manually because it's got sedge in it. And that's what this is. This is nut sedge. It's not a grass.
Sedge.
Sedge. And they go like, see how this one's coming out from there?
Yeah.
And then it goes on and on like bamboo. It just, and it's damn near, it's difficult to kill. Sedges are neat because they have triangular stems. Triangular, like a triangle. That means sedges have edges, but rushes are round. So that's a good way to tell sedges. But you got to go in here and manually just have your way with it because chemicals aren't going to do it. So, you know, you do a little bit each day. You come down here in the morning before you can do anything else, pull weeds for about an hour, then go do something else, and the next day you do. And, you know, in a week you're done. That's called old man work. Young men come down and try to do it all in one day. Old men take their time because we have to. We get sleepy. Anyway, let's go look at the potatoes.
Okay.
Now this is the tater patch. We got, I forget which ones are which. One of them's red Pontiac and the other one's Kennebecs. But it really doesn't matter because they're all coming out of here in June.
They look good.
They look real good. They've been fertilized, they've been sprayed because potato bugs get on them. And I spotted some. Now, if you want to kill potato bugs, the remedy used to be Sevin. They eat that stuff now. Don't waste your time and money on Sevin. Get several companies make it. I think Bonide makes it, and Captain something, not Captain Crunch or Captain Kill, and it's called Colorado. Obviously, it's called Colorado Potato Bug Killer. But what it's got in it, the active ingredient's organically approved chemical called spinosad. Yeah, you can figure it out. But anyway, that's what you want, because I mean, it's not going to hurt you or your pets or anything, but it's hell on wheels on bugs. I love it. So I put a little bit of that and a little bit permethrin in there, which is a synthetic pyrethroid. That means that's that stuff that they put in wasp spray, that when you spray it, as soon as it hits them, they're dropping.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it doesn't always kill them. It'll knock them out. So you want a 1-2 punch. Pop, pop. Knock them down and then kick them in the pills. Anyway, that's what we got here. Now, you're probably wondering, Sam, why did you put the rows so far apart? Well, there's 5 rows in here, and I got 3 in the middle. What's going in the middle is that the last week of this month, Memorial Day week, sweet potatoes arrive, 200 of them, and they are going in these 3 rows right here. And by the time they get to running and carrying on, potatoes will be out, because sweet potatoes run everywhere if the deer don't get them, and which deer love them.
And which is why we have this fence up.
Oh my gosh, it's like
they were just eating everything.
Noah's Ark around here. I saw a mink down in the creek. There's a groundhog that lives down there whose life is, he's going to be terminated, or as they say in England, dispatched. And so that's what's going on here. It's a constant struggle against wildlife. It didn't used to be this way. When I first moved here, you didn't need all this.
No.
But you sure do now. I mean, my gosh. But anyway, these are all dying. I've sprayed all these.
Those weeds?
Yep. You can see some of them from where I had a little left over in the tank. I hit it last week. But it's the miracle of glyphosate. And I know that glyphosate, which is the active ingredient in Roundup, has got a lot of bad press, so I don't want to hear it. Save your breath to cool your coffee. You're not convincing me of nothing. Anyway, that's what we do. So when this will all, in a couple weeks, look like the surface of the moon, which is great, because this is where I want to plant my sweet potatoes. Now, there's nothing else in here yet. Yeah.
Let's go look at the sneebs.
Sneebs? All right.
Look at this cool skull. Okay, Sam, you explain this. Why is this hanging here?
This is a raccoon skull. He was caught and convicted of tearing up the corn last year, and he faced his demise. I put that there with a 22.
Dang. But look at the teeth on this thing.
Oh, they're savage little.
I mean, it's interesting.
They're cute and cuddly looking, but they're vicious.
No, the teeth are interesting. He's got these great big, and then these little ones that look like regular, like people teeth for chewing. It's just interesting.
He's got cutters and chewers.
Cutters and chewers, but yeah, I walked by this and I thought, what the heck is that?
I put it up there to remind others to stay out, but it don't work.
So
but I got plenty of bullets. No worries.
Yeah. Okay. So what area is this?
This is going to be, this I call the venison patch, because this is a good, deer like to come in here, and there's a good place to shoot them right there. So what I'm going to do, this has very sandy soil. It has kind of low fertility. So I'm going to plant black-eyed peas, black beans, and llamas in here. Now, what you do when you want to do that, you don't order them or buy seeds for that, unless you're just growing 20 foot a row. You go to Food Line or your local grocery store and you buy the dried beans, and you put them in the planter and they grow. But the main reason for that, well, there's 3 reasons really. One, I want the legumes in there, which were beans, to build up the soil fertility and the organic material. 2, let's see, deer love those things. So, and you know, meat prices are kind of high. but I got enough bullets to keep us fed for a while. Anyway, and another thing, I just want something to do with it. Do with the patch.
We need to keep an eye out for a lump. She went over there to the water.
Well, okay. Now.
She likes to run off and visit the neighbors.
In these patches here where I got the straw, that's where summer squash will
Okay.
go. There'll be zucchini and yellow squash and probably the white UFOs if I got some. I'm pretty sure I got some of those seeds. So they're going in there too. So I do 2 plantings of them because they get they actually, it's like they grow themselves to death. They just too much activity and they wear out. So when the first planting of the zucchini and the yellow starts to flower, I make another planting. Okay. And that way we have a happy Marcine who loves yellow squash. Right, Marcine?
Yes.
All right.
Let's
you want to go see the Sneebs?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is the little water area where the Sneebs are, but I don't see any right now. I'm sure they're in there. It's just kind of hard to see. It's a sunny day.
Sneebs is a word we learned recently.
Yeah, and there's the bamboo forest down there, still going strong.
It's some term that for creek chubs, minnows, and all. Some people call them Sneebs, and we heard a guy on a video call them Sneebs, and we liked it. So
yeah.
We take every occasion to use the word.
Yeah, and Dolly comes down here quite a bit with Sam to look for the Sneebs.
Yeah, she's friends with the Sneebs. And I bush hogged this yesterday.
Yeah, it smells good.
Yeah. And we got these wild roses here.
Mm-hmm.
They're not real, the flowers aren't real showy.
Oh, they smell so good.
But boy, are they fragrant.
Mm-hmm.
It's
pretty.
My nose is getting a workout right here, boy. It loves it, yeah.
This has filled in quite a bit since, did that tree fall? Was that a recent thing or no? Because I remember the dogs running through here. It's rearranged itself every time we get a flood or of any kind of major water.
Yeah, this type of creek, probably I see some Sneebs. Probably over the last 1,000 years. It probably was over there.
Oh, it probably was.
It just wanders all around this bottom over decades and hundreds of years. And you can tell, because I mean, I'm over here, I'm finding smooth rocks.
Yeah.
You know, because the creek was over there at one time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just, you know, it's climate change.
Well, let's go up and look at the smaller gardens.
All right, let's get the yo-yos out of the creek. Well, we're back up top now by the house, and this is, I call it the little gardens, or the upper gardens. Now, you might remember from a previous episode that we did in March when I planted the cabbage, and this is it.
Wow.
It's gotten bigger, and it's doing real good.
Yeah, it sure is.
I mean, look at these leaves on this thing. It's like an elephant ear. I mean, my gosh. And it's starting to head up a little bit.
Yeah, little heads.
This will be ready next month and out of here. And then I'll plant some beans in here. But it's doing real good. We got some kale here.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you look inside there, this is something kind of cool. See those yellow flowers on that purple plant?
Yeah.
How many of y'all ever seen a cabbage flower?
That's what that is?
That's cabbage. It overwintered. Well, actually, what happened was when I harvested them, I just cut it off and just left it.
Yeah.
And the stem sprouted and grew a little cabbage on there. And then this spring it flowered.
Huh.
They're biennials. That means the first year they make a head, and the second year they have kids.
Huh.
But beyond that, you can see our lettuce.
We have
Marcy has
enjoyed this.
Marcy has been just thrilled with the lettuce.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go in there while Marcy's filming.
Okay.
Marcy loves salad.
I must have 2-3 salads a day. I'm like a rabbit. It's just so good, better than what you buy in the bags in the store.
And the spinach actually did a little something.
Yeah, spinach was good.
That's what that is. And along here, you might see some of them starting to come up.
Oh, yeah.
These are lima beans.
Oh, that's what that is?
Yeah. What they're going to do, they're going to grow up this and over the top.
our little
variety
Gilligan's Island thing.
The variety is called King of the Garden, and I've grown it before, and it is King of the Garden. It's an aggressive growing pole lima bean. So last year we grew the Asian red noodle beans up here, the Azbuki beans as I call them. And they're fun too because they hang down. But since Marcy loves lima beans, I said I think I got a spot for some pole limas.
That's probably my favorite bean, is a lima bean.
And over here on this one, I got some Kentucky Blue, not Blue Lake, not Wonder, just Kentucky Blue pole beans. Everything seems to be blue in Kentucky. Bluegrass, you know. But anyway, they look green to me. But anyway, I'll move on out of here and then we'll go look at the strawberries.
Okay.
And we're going. This is Marcine's strawberry patch. I never promised her a rose garden. She likes strawberries better, so they taste better.
They do. And you know what? I've come to conclude on this video that a lot of this stuff has my name around it.
Yeah. See, there's berries in here.
Yeah, it's doing good this year.
Look at that.
Oh, pretty.
I picked about a quart of these just a little while ago.
Yeah, they're doing great.
That one can take another day. It'll be perfect tomorrow. I'll be out here. So Marcine's been eating a lot of strawberries.
I was going to say salads and strawberries.
Yeah, and up there, and that you can see those little soldiers. The onions didn't do shit.
I'm not going to walk up there.
No, stay here. These little soldiers. Those are yellow beans. Yellow string beans. And here are tenderette green beans. I didn't have any green beans, but I had the yellow ones, and I wanted some green ones. So these are about a week ahead of these, which is fine because they're on the upper side and they'll get the sun and it'll work out fine. And over here we got peppers, which are looking really happy considering it's been cold during the night.
Yeah.
And I got this, I've created this little apparatus because peppers, especially bell peppers, tend to get top heavy when they get the fruit.
That's a good idea.
And it breaks up the plant, pulls them over and everything. So they grow up through here and this gives them a little support. I did this first time last year. It worked good. It is a bit of a pain in the tuchus to plant back in there. But you know what? My foot will fit through there like this. I just go in there. Like that. And this is where an old man really embarrasses himself. But anyway, we won't look at that. But anyway, we got that's what's going on now. It's a time of the year everything can go in. Just about. I gotta plant my corn. I gotta plant my summer squash, okra, and what else? Everything pretty much but winter squash. Winter squash goes in around the solstice because you don't want winter squash and pumpkins at Labor Day. You want them in October for that. I mean, if you're marketing that type of thing. But, you know, who wants pumpkins on Labor Day, you know? I'm sure somebody does.
Somebody
Leave
probably
a comment
does.
below. But anyway, that's what we got going on now. We're off to a really good start.
Yeah, we really are.
I mean, except for the onions. I don't know what the hell happened to the
Well,
onions.
let's look at those. Show people those, but
yeah, they look like.
yeah, what happened? Do you think?
I don't know what happened to the onions. But I'm just going to leave them there, and I'm going to plant dill and basil in between them and see what happens. You know, I've never had a year where everything did good.
Yeah.
That never happens. Some years the squash doesn't do good, some years the beans don't do good, and the squash does good. You never have a year where every crop is number one. You know, something always takes a hit.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but that's just the way it is. You don't get excited about it. You just say, oh well, onions suck. So, and they're cheap to buy. But
Yeah.
I saw some at the store and I thought it'd be kind of fun. I gave half of them away. And they're doing fine. The ones that gave away, friends are doing fine. Mine,
That's weird.
should have gave them all away.
Anyway.
But anyway, that's just part of life. Anyway, want to go see the roses and the poppies and the blueberries?
Okay.
All right.
Look at that. That's gorgeous.
It's a yellow rose.
Yes.
Yeah, we got a few roses.
Yeah.
I mean, this one kind of pooped out on me last year. It died above the graft, and so these are what it was grafted onto, and I kind of like the graft.
There's a lot of blooms
I kind of like
there.
the rootstock better than I like the where it was grafted. Wonder if they're fragrant. A little bit.
Oh yeah, they're pretty.
A little bit. But that's pretty. I mean, what's not to like about that?
Yeah.
And over here, we've got puppies. The taller ones self-sowed from last year. So they came up by themselves. But I had some seeds that I collected off them.
And we threw those in.
And we threw those. These are breadseed poppies. They are, the botanical name is Papaver somniferum. Look that up and you'll know more about this plant. And they're really cool because they have a cold requirement. What you do to plant these, you all seen poppy seed rolls. They're tiny little round seeds. And you rake it up and get the ground prep in like March or April when it's cold. And then you just come out and scatter them around, give it a little light rake, and done. But I keep my seeds in the refrigerator, so I think I overcome that cold requirement naturally.
Yeah.
Anyway. But we'll see. They're
They're
extremely beautiful and exotic
Yeah.
when they
bloom.
flower. They're well worth growing. They're well worth growing. And then they're out of there. I planted, there's some zinnies in there too, which will take over flowering after these are done. Hopefully. That's the plan anyway.
Looks like we're getting blueberries on here.
Yes. Now these little rascals had a problem with voles. Had a lot of dieback, and I'm recovering them here.
Yeah.
And I got the magic ingredient, as you see down there. That's fresh from the chicken house. And we got a couple days of rain coming, starting tomorrow night. So that'll work. That'll make that poop happen. But we still got right smart blueberries on here.
Yeah, we'll get some nice ones.
The cardinals love these things. See those little bastards out here stealing. Yeah, I don't care if they're the state bird or not. They're a good target. But
look at this
no,
girl.
I don't shoot the cardinals. I don't shoot the cardinals.
Darling May, what you doing out here?
I fuss at them, but I don't shoot them. Now over here, Sam, you didn't put your water hose up yet.
Well, you're not done with it, are you?
Yeah,
Oh.
I probably am. We got mint. This spearmint. This comes back every year.
Uh-huh.
What?
Let me smell.
Smell it.
Smell this. Oh, yeah, that smells good.
And we got 4 o'clocks. These came up by themselves. These other I planted. These are real nice. They're beautiful because they open at certain times of day. Sometimes you come out and they'll be all closed up, and then you come back in a couple hours, they'll all be open. It's real pretty. And I got something for Dennis. Catnip.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's just what he needs. He'll probably be
Dennis is probably about 15 years old now.
he'll probably be watching TV with the sound off, listening to the Grateful Dead or something. But that's okay, as long as he's always hungry.
I know, he's always mouthy too.
Yeah, he makes a lot of noise. But that's it. That's what's going on in our little world here in Central Virginia. Things are going on pretty good.
Uh-huh. Beautiful day.
Yeah, it is a beautiful day. But we'll see. Things should really, once we get the warmer nights consistently, that's what, warm days are great, but warm nights make things go. So we'll keep y'all filled in and have things progress and whatnot. Wait a minute, I got something to show off. I got to show off a little bit. Yeah.
Okay.
Stay right there, Marcy.
Dolly May. Oh, I know what he's got.
This is what I got out of the strawberry patch today. How about that?
Beautiful.
What do you think, Marcine?
Looks delish.
I just picked these this afternoon. And I picked this too.
That's for dinner.
We got us a nice little
mess for dinner.
nosh for dinner here. And of course we got eggs and everything, but it's so much fun. All I got to do is get it to this point and in the house, and then Marcine takes over. Then the magic happens. We got a real good arrangement. I'm production, she's processing. So we got a real good arrangement. And we eat good too, and so does everybody else around us, because I like to show off by giving stuff away. Because I'm not really good at much of anything but this. So, you go with your strengths. Anyway, thank you all for watching. Hit that like button, subscribe, and if you haven't got anything better to do. But anyway, we love you guys, and God bless.